We're now on section 3. Section 3, there's a lot here. I'm telling you, there's a lot in store for you in section 3 because it's all about the plan of attack. You got your sphere of influence. You know how important these relationships are. But now you have to put certain activities in place for the different type of relationships you have to make sure, right, that you get the maximum return on your sphere of influence. And I'm going to show you guys that, right? We're going to be doing things from calling, folks, text messaging, email blasting, Facebook blasting. I'm going to teach you guys how to have a party, right? A party. I'm going to show you guys how to have a business mixer. You guys, these are the items, these activities, right? And there's 4 major ones. These activities are going to be put in place for you to be successful in real estate for your sphere. These activities are the bare minimums I believe you need, right, in order to have not a decent book of business, but a great book of business. So let's move on to the first activity. I promise you these 4 activities are going to be killer. You're going to love them, you're going to want to do them, and I've simplified them so that way you know they're easy to do and they're very effective. Let's roll. So let's jump right into the very first activity, personal communication. It's the most important activity out of the 4. And it's important because it allows you to connect with your sphere one-on-one to make sure they know that you're there, you're in business, you're thinking about them, and that guess what? You want their business, you want their referrals. Very simple. So the way that you communicate with them is very simple. There's 3 ways. Number 1 is a phone call and or voicemail. The next is a text message. And the third way, which I love, is my favorite, is the voice note. Those are the 3 ways that you would communicate in this type of activity, which is called the personal communication. Now, let's break down the relationships, right? Different relationships have different calls of frequency for the amount of times you communicate with them. So let's talk about the diamonds. Remember, your diamonds are that rare commodity, the best folks that refer you. You have to contact them once a month in one of those forms. Phone call, text message, or voicemail. You have to, once a month. Now, your golds, right? Your golds are every single quarter. So you should be reaching out to these folks 4 times a year at minimum. These are minimums, by the way. And then your silver, twice a year. Very simple. Every 6 months, you're calling them, you're texting them, or you're leaving them a voicemail. And that's simple. That's done. Those are the bare minimums to get your sphere of influence truly working for you. And you guys probably have noticed I've left out the bronze, right? And you know why? The bronze are folks you really don't want to spend time with. So do not spend time wasting time contacting them, text messaging. You want them out of your sphere, and you want to continue to build new people in, and so that's why we left them out. So a lot of you are probably thinking, I know how to contact them. Wonderful. I know I need to do it. But what the heck do I say? And I'm going to tell you that this is a lot easier than a lot of you think. And I'm going to give you some examples of how I always have great personal communication with my sphere of influence. It's a no-brainer for me. And I want you guys to take these 3 examples and think this one thing. Tyler did this, it's very simple, I can do it. You can do it. And you have to do it in order to be successful with your sphere of influence. So, example number 1, very simple. I was just recently at a Cardinal and Packer game in Arizona. I know I have 3 Cardinal fans that are in my sphere, and I know I have 2 Green Bay Packer fans that are in my sphere. I know it. So what do? I send them a photo via text message and just say, hey, I'm at the game, thinking about you. I know you're a Cardinals fan. I hope we beat you. Or you know what? Gosh, what a beatdown we had at the Packer this weekend. Just wanted to say hi, hope you're having a great day. Done. And it's that simple, right? I just sent them an easy photo. I just sent them a quick text message, and guess what they're doing? They're going, wow, Tyler's providing value. We're starting dialogue. They're thinking of Tyler. I'm reaching out to them. They're like, wow, Tyler's nice and he sent this. Hey, husband, wife, look at this. It's a very easy way for me to outreach on just something I'm already doing. A task, I'm already out. I'm already in Arizona. I'm already at the game. I'm just thinking of my sphere of influence. Very simple. Another example. 2 weeks ago, I was in San Francisco. I was at a place called the Water Bar, and guess what I was doing? I was eating oysters. I love oysters. I have clients who talk about oysters. I have a client who actually turned me on to oysters. So let me show you what I do. I grab the phone, I leave a quick little voice note. Hey Amy, it's Tyler. Hope all is well. I'm in San Francisco. I'm going to send you a photo of this beautiful view, and guess what I'm doing? I'm eating oysters. I was just thinking about you, wanted to say hi. Hope you're having a fantastic weekend, and talk to you soon. Goodbye. Voice note went out. Now, guys, check that out. I just gave you 2 examples. I want you to take those examples and think, everything you do in your normal daily routines, your daily habits, your out and about of the house, everything you do, you have an opportunity to have personal communication with someone in your sphere of influence. Your goal is to connect with these folks, right? Remember, we filled out the real estate recall. When we recall these relationships, now we have to connect. And this activity, this personal communication activity, is going to help you do that. But you just have to think throughout the day, what am I doing and who does it relate to, okay? Now, I know some of you may not always have a circumstance that makes you relate to a client, right? Or an activity. I get it. And I want to use another example, like my track and field coach. I haven't connected with him in 12 years, you guys remember. And so what I may do is I may have to get a little snoopy with him, right? What I mean by that is I might have to go on Facebook, I might have to look and go back a couple weeks and see some of his hobbies, some of his interests and things like that. Something that will allow me to connect with him. And when I do, I might say, hey, Mr. Smith, I saw this on Facebook and blah, 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 right? That's another great way to connect with someone if you're not thinking about them in your normal day-to-day activity. So that is what you need to think about for this activity is personal communication. It's the best way to contact your sphere of influence. And don't forget, different relationships have different frequencies. So make it happen. Guys, you have to have a second activity called massive reach when you're reaching out to your sphere of influence. You have to. And what I found is there's only one way to really reach out to your sphere of influence massively, right? You can't call them all. We all know that. You can't call them all. It's going to be too long. You have to over time, but you can't just call everybody in one go. What I found the most successful way to reach out to your sphere of influence massively is through direct mail, right? You can mail out to all of them. Or email, very easy, put in a newsletter, email blast them all, or through Facebook. You post it once and you boost it out to them. Very simple. So those are the three ways that you reach out to your sphere of influence on a massive scale. And it's simple. It saves you time. It lets you know, let your sphere of influence know that you're open for business. Your doors are open. You want their business. You want the referrals. You have to remember, your first activity was personal communication. That is where you're reaching out to your sphere of influence, letting them know that you care about them, you're thinking of them. This is your way to reach out to them in a massive way to tell them, my doors are open for business. I want your business. I want your referrals. I want to work with your friends and your family members. And what I mean by that is you have to give them a little brag piece, right? And so the first item I'm referring to here is your success piece. You're going to be sending out a success piece, whether it be through email, through mail, or through Facebook to your sphere of influence, minimum once a quarter. Every single quarter you do this. It's a non-negotiable. This is how you get the biggest return from your sphere of influence. And you have to do this consistent. That's the key. And so what I mean by a success piece, let me give you some examples. Number one, I just represented a family. Jen and her husband, they just moved here from Seattle. They were living in a hotel because they had 12 days to find a home. I found them that home. We closed, cash, very fast. So guess what? I take a photo of Jen and her husband in front of the house I just sold them. I sent out in direct mail or in an email blast or on Facebook a photo of Jen and her husband in front of the house, and guess what it says? I helped them relocate in 12 days. They were living in a hotel. I was able to help them. I can help anyone you know who's looking to relocate as well. I'm a relocation specialist. Done. And it's that simple, right? I took a piece from what someone already represented, I bragged about it, and I sent it out massively to my sphere of influence. That's one example. Another example, my best friend DJ, guess what? He's into investing for property. We just found him a house. We just flipped that house. He just made $30,000. So guess what I did? I took a photo of him in front of the house holding a $30,000 paycheck, said, guess what? DJ is an investor. I helped him find a home. He made $30,000. If you're looking to invest this year, give me a ring. I can help you too. So folks, let me just stop there really quick and say there's a lot of ways you can do this. You represent clients. Every client you represent is an opportunity for a great success story. It's on how you market it. This allows for you to market to your clients with true people, right? True buyers and sellers you represent, so they know you're in business, so you're active, so it rings their bell, right? This is so great for them to know you want their business. So let's talk about the second item here. It's called the story from the heart, right here, baby. That's right. You are going to send something out, whether it be direct mail, email, or Facebook, to your sphere of influence that allows for them to connect with you on an emotional level. Because a lot of these people in your sphere think you're a robot, think you're a realtor, think you're the negotiating king/queen, and they need to be able to connect with you personally in order for them to really feel like they can refer you to their friends and family members and trust you. So let me give you a couple examples. My story from the heart went like this. Hey clients, It's the beginning of the year. I set some new goals for myself. One of my goals is to lose some weight. I want to lose 10 pounds right here. That's right. I want to lose 10 pounds. And I know for some of you, you may have weight loss goals as well. And I'd like to help you if I can. So a couple things. Every month, I'm going to post a recipe to my blog that you guys can read and you can follow along to see what I'm making, I'm eating, number one. Number two, if any of you are at McKinley Park in the mornings, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I will be there. I'll be running. If you want a running buddy, I would love to be your running buddy. By the way, guess what? When you see me next time, I'm going to look better. I'm telling you, I'm going to look better. Guess what, folks? I'm connecting right there. That's called an emotional connection with my sphere of influence. Very simple. Another example, charity work, right? I made a goal that I wanted to do more for my community. I wanted to give back, and I wanted to be involved in charities. So I'm letting my sphere know this. Hey guys, I want to be active. I want to be part of local charities. First off, if anyone wants to join me, I'd love your support, number one. Number two, if you have a charity that you'd like me to contribute to, send me an email or reply back to this post on Facebook or call me and let me know, because guess what? I want to help local charities, and you may know one I can help. Very simple. So this is called Story from the Heart. It goes out once a quarter. Folks, I want to tell you this. You think of something that you are passionate about, that is about your personal life, where you can connect with your sphere of influence, where they will actually go, wow, this was great. Tyler's into charities. Wow, Tyler's trying to lose weight too, honey. If you want, you can go meet him down at the park. He's running. I mean, there's so many ways for clients to actually connect with you with the story from the heart. And you have to do it once a quarter, just like your success piece. Good luck. All right, let's talk about activity number 3, pop buys. I learned early on, 22 years old, I went to a seminar called the Turning Point Retreat. Brian Buffini was on stage. I signed up for coaching right away, and I learned what the magic of a pop buy did. What is a pop buy? You go by somebody's house or somebody's office in your sphere of influence, and you drop off an item of value. And you say, I was just in the neighborhood, or I was in the area, and I just want to say hi, how you doing? Everything looks phenomenal. The house looks beautiful. I gotta go, but I wanted to stop by, drop this off. Have a great day. Goodbye. That's simple. It's that easy, folks. And so you have to do this for your sphere of influence. Now your diamonds, right? Your diamonds, you have to do this once a quarter. They have to see you. You guys have to understand. You have this huge book of relationships, and you have to actually work them. They don't work themselves. You have to work them, and I promise, if you work them, the results will happen. And for your diamonds, the people that you love the most, that love to see you and know you, you have to see them once a quarter. Bare minimum. Now for your golds, once a year. You gotta see them for the year. Now, the other ones you get to when you can, right? You have to get to them when you can. So when you have free time, we'll talk about that later, how to connect with them, doing pop buys, whether it be at the business or at their home during downtime. Very simple. And a lot of folks always wonder, what do I need for my item of value? Does it have to be nice? Does it have to be some big bottle of champagne? But it's so simple. It's an ice cream scooper, $1. I put on the back, when you want the scoop in real estate, give me a call. So it's that simple, right? Here's another one. It's laundry detergent, $3-4. Want a fresh perspective on the real estate market? Give me a call. Very simple. Pledge. I pledge to be the best realtor for you. That simple. Folks, these are 3 very easy, inexpensive items. When you stop by your sphere of influence house, I promise you, they will appreciate it. When you drop something off, you always have to drop something off. They'll appreciate it. They might say, what is this? Oh, that's great, or oh, that's goofy, that's fun. You're staying on their mind. They're thinking of you. You pick whatever item of value you want, but you must go with something. And here's what I would tell you. Start with your diamonds, right? Start with the people who love you. I promise you, your sphere of influence wants to see you. We have to just get over the fear and actually do it. And here's what I did. I left my car running. Very simple. I left my car running. That way they couldn't get me in the house. I didn't want to have a reunion with them for an hour. I just wanted to say hi, see how it's going, popping by, is in the neighborhood, want to drop something off, gotta go, bam, out. And I'm going to the next, I'm going to the next, I'm going to the next. And that's how I did it. And so it's very simple. Do the diamonds first, then start to go with the golds, which gold should be minimum once a year. And then from there, whenever you're in between listing appointments, you're in neighborhoods that you sold past clients to, you're in areas where your clients or your friends or your sphere of influence works, guess what? Pop on by, baby, and make it happen.